Price, price, price. This is the main objection that maybe you have heard from your clients about why they're not going to buy the products or services that you're offering them. Hi, my name is Ramez Helou. I'm the founder of the Academy for Sales Excellence, where we simply help you sell more and sell better. So basically, the biggest thing is about the value that your product is actually offering your clients. And a lot of time when the value isn't clear, the customer is going to give you that price objection. And you all know this. The gap really isn't in knowing what to do. The gap is in doing what you know. So instead of telling the customers about how great your product or services are, the better way is to ask them certain questions so that they can actually be telling us about some of their current situations, some of that issues or challenges, and what it means to them and how they can benefit if things get improved. So I have with me a class that I'm going to ask them to pick up the microphone and simply give us some examples of some questions. So Carol, how about you start with a situational type of a question?
What do you like about your current supplier?
Great. So this question will get the customer to tell us a little bit about what they like about their current supplier. Now, unless there is an area of dissatisfaction, they're not going to maybe want to change their current supplier. So now let's look at their wish list. So why don't we have Faith give us the next question?
What would you like to change or improve about your current supplier?
So what would you like to change or improve about your current supplier? Now that question will get the customer to tell you, you know what, if I was to change something, I might change how punctual they are, I might change the quality of the products or whatever it is. And that's really, really good because this gives us an indication of the areas of dissatisfaction. Now let's look and see how do we get them to amplify and see that there might be a challenge that they haven't really considered. So let's have Abigail give us the next question.
What is the impact if you will continue with your current supplier?
So the customer now is thinking, if I continue with the same issues and challenges, that's impacting me on it's impacting my business, the time, the delivery, the service, or so forth and so on. And then we want them to look at the areas of how can things be great if things were changed. So let's have Orkun give us that last question.
How much more business you can achieve if you fix this issue?
So how much more business I can achieve if things were delivered on time, if I had a better quality product? Well, all these things are questions that actually help the customer deduct for themselves. So you're not telling them how great your product or service is. You're actually asking them questions so that they for themselves can make the conclusion. So the question here is, are you telling your customers about how good your product or services are? Or are you asking them so that they can conclude for themselves that this is the value of your product and service, and it simply makes them see why spend more for your product and service? See, if you ask those types of questions, I promise you, especially if you ask all four of them, you're going to see the customer's reaction in a much different way, especially before you talk about your product. So you might have, when the customer goes into a challenge, you might actually be tempted to say, hey, I have a great product or service for you in here. You want to stay away from that, and you want to keep building that possible desire, possible pain area, so that they see how much better they're going to be if they make things happen. I'm going to share with you a small story in terms of closing this. One of my customers is a food service provider, and in the market, many customers complain about price, price, price. So the purchasing manager called the sales rep 3 months after he had showed him a product. He said, do you still sell this product? He goes, yes. He goes, can you come and see me very fast because I would like to buy it? So the sales rep was surprised, and he went to the visit. So right there, he asked the client one simple question. He goes, Mr. Customer, may I ask you what changed your mind? Why is it that you want to buy this product today and 3 months ago you didn't want to buy it? He said, well, because when I call my customer, when I call the supplier, the sales rep doesn't answer my phone. And when he answers the phone, he tells me that your product, that he doesn't have stock of the product. So do you have stock? He goes, yes. He goes, great. How much? He quoted him, let's say 100 dirhams or $30, $40 for a case. He goes, wow, I'm getting it a lot cheaper. Can't you give me a discount? Now in the previous lifetime, that sales rep would tell him, oh, okay, and gives him a discount. But this time he chose to follow the following steps. He said, Mr. Customer, look, I'll match the price under two conditions. The purchasing manager was excited. He goes, okay, what are the conditions? He goes, number one is when you give me a call, I won't answer your phone. And the guy started laughing. He goes, number two is when I answer the phone, I'll tell you I have no stocks because the premium that we ask for is so that we can buy the product from our suppliers in different countries, bring them to our country, store them, and we can deliver it for you, and we can pay the drivers, the suppliers, and the warehousing so that you can make the product, the profit on the sale of these products. So the purchasing manager said, okay, fine, give it to me full price ahead. So only when the customer sees the perceived risk of not buying from you, then they can actually justify that possible premium that you're asking. Now, I'm sure your companies are very respectable companies, and you're not going to charge someone an unreasonable price for the product that you're selling. And if you can follow these simple steps to identify what are the opportunities your customers want to achieve, what are the issues they want to solve, and you happen to offer that to them, then you're in a much better position to sell on value as opposed to price. Until next time, make more sales.